On the shore of Galilee, there was a fisherman named Eli who mended his nets before dawn. His hands were rough, his routine familiar, and his heart was quietly proud of the life he had built. He knew the habits of the sea, the comfort of his small earnings, and the safety of doing what he had always done. One morning, as the sun turned the water to gold, a teacher passed by. He did not speak like the rabbis in the square. He looked at Eli as if he knew both his labor and his longing. "Follow me," he said, "and I will make you a fisher of people." Eli looked at the net in his hands. It was his work, his security, his plan for tomorrow. Beside him stood his brother, who said, "What if we lose everything?" Eli answered, "What if we gain what we were made for?" He laid the net down. The teacher led him first into quiet places, where Eli sat and listened. He watched how Jesus prayed, how he healed, how he welcomed children, how he spoke truth without fear and compassion without weakness. Eli began to understand that discipleship was not mainly about speeches or skill. It was about being with Jesus until his heart shaped his own. Later, Jesus sent him to people who were weary, angry, ashamed, and poor in spirit. Eli was afraid at first because he had nothing impressive to offer. But he remembered the teacher's gaze and the words, "Follow me." So he spoke gently, prayed boldly, and served faithfully. Years passed. One day, Eli met a wealthy merchant who wore fine cloth and carried a locked chest wherever he went. The merchant asked, "What must I do to belong to God?" Eli saw in him the same struggle he had once faced, though in a different form. His net had been fishing. The merchant's net was gold, praise, and control. Eli said, "The Lord calls us to trust Him more than these things. If we keep what rules our hearts, we cannot fully follow Him." The merchant grew silent, for he knew his chest was lighter than his soul. At sunset, Eli sat again by the water. His old nets were gone, but he had not become empty. He had become free. He had lost a life that was small and found a life that was eternal.